Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
You may have read the book or heard of the series The Tattooist of Auschwitz. It's the heartbreaking story of Lali and Gita Sokolov, who met and fell in love in the most horrendous conditions while prisoners in Auschwitz. Over 8 decades later, Gary, their only son, has taken the harrowing journey back to the place where his parents' love story began. And he joins us now. Hello, Gary.
Good morning. How are you?
We're good, thanks. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much. Neither of your parents ever went back, did they?
No, unfortunately not. So the story behind my journey was about 5 weeks before my father passed away in 2006. I came home and Heather Morris was over, and Dad
Heather was the woman who wrote the story with him, the Tattooist of Auschwitz.
That's correct, the Tattooist of Auschwitz. And he said to me that he'd like to go back to Auschwitz. And I said, Dad, I'm really surprised. You've never mentioned wanting to go anywhere in Europe. And he said to me that he needs to apologise to the people whose lives he couldn't save. And my biggest regret was not literally jumping on a plane the next day and taking him to Auschwitz, because 5 weeks later he passed away. And that's been playing very heavily on my mind, that I needed to finally make that trip. I've tried 4 times. I couldn't actually cross into the Polish border. And it was time for me to make that apology on behalf of my dad.
Yeah, because I find I wouldn't go to Auschwitz. I just can't. I went to Dachau, and that was as close as I got. But it's so sobering, and it's just to see that history. You just think,
look,
how does
the
this
enormity of Birkenau just blew my mind. I could not believe just how big it was.
But also your parents, how you're even here is extraordinary. When you read that book, your mum and dad were constantly cheating death not every day, every minute of every day.
Yeah, well, look, one of the things my dad used to say when he woke up in the morning was, if you wake up in the morning, it's a good day. And let me tell you, they kept cheating death even while they were in Slovakia for the 4 years before they came out to Australia. It didn't end for them. It's just unbelievable how they managed to come out here and have a positive mentality.
Gary, I've spoken to a child of a Holocaust survivor before who said that many children of Holocaust survivors are hypochondriacs because their parents know that terrible things can happen. No one says, give it a rub, you'll get better. You know, terrible things can happen. What are the long-term effects of this intergenerational trauma? How was your upbringing in light of your parents both being survivors?
Look, I think I was one of the lucky ones. My parents had an attitude where they would always look forward. I wasn't brought up as a bubble child. It was very important for my parents for me to try everything. If I fell off a horse, well, get back on. You know, when I broke my leg skiing, as soon as I was out of plaster and it was the next winter, they took me skiing. So for my parents, it was, you need to try and experience absolutely everything. And if you hurt yourself, well, you hurt yourself and you move on.
What new understandings do you have of what they went through? Because they didn't speak about it much when you were growing up. Having been there now, what context do you see for that?
So I have a better appreciation at why they didn't talk to me about it. Because I think the fact that the one thing they protected me from was their experience there, even though I had to watch the World at War miniseries by myself when I was about 12 or 13.
Oh, really? So the World at War was a very famous series at the time. Did they not watch that with you?
No, they would literally sit in the kitchen, which was next door to the TV room.
Yep.
And because I'm an only child, I'd be sitting there watching it by myself. And then when I would come out and try and talk to them about it, they would offer me something to eat. Food was very important to my mum. Yeah. And send me to bed. So I kind of gave up asking them questions.
And they didn't explain anything about that past. So when that World of War series was on, they wouldn't say anything about it. They wouldn't say.
Because those images still haunt me that I saw on that series.
Oh, me too. Look, the bulldozers shoveling the bodies. I mean, I'm 63 now, so we're talking 50-odd years ago that I watched it.
Yeah.
And it still plays very heavily on my mind. Whenever I watch a documentary that shows live footage of a concentration camp. I actually still sit there looking to see if there's any footage of my mum and dad.
Oh, God, Gary.
Well, Gary, it's great to talk to you. The Tattooist Son Journey to Auschwitz is streaming now on Stan. Gary Sokolov, thank you for joining us.
No, thank you so much for having me, and you guys have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Gary.
Mate.